Did you know that the longest building in the world is located on a German island? Prora, also called the Monster by the Sea, is a total of 4.5 kilometers long. A building with a history that couldn't be more controversial. Built by the Nazis, used by the GDR regime. Would you have thought that Prora is the longest youth hostel in the world today and is supposed to become a holiday paradise due to the luxury flats that are being built there? But how will this complex be able to take the step to the future without it being forgotten what happened here? At the southern end, the old ruins have already turned into a 500-meter-long building site. Architect Ulrich Stucker has taken on a mammoth project with Prora. 2,500 windows have already been replaced by his team, and 8,000 tons of rubble were extracted from only one tract of the building. The mission? To turn the lost place Prora into a luxury resort. Soon, new noble roof terraces with a sea view are supposed to exist here. What the investors are counting on is the fantastic location of the building right by the sea. Prora is located on Rügen, the biggest German island at the most northeasterly point of the Republic, right by the Baltic Sea. Per year, here there are about 100 hours of sun more than in Munich. 56 kilometers of sandy beaches attract about 1.5 million holidaymakers and nature lovers per year. The very appealing location was also the reason for Prora being built here. Did you know that Adolf Hitler had it built as a propaganda project in 1936? The building's developer was the NS organization KDF, which means Strength Through Joy, whose goal it was to create a holiday resort for 20,000 Germans. 8 blocks were built along the coast from 1936 onwards, and a gigantic festival hall was also planned. But it was never constructed. Holidaymakers also never arrived here, as in 1939 the Second World War broke out. This meant that the project had to be stopped. All that is left of the Monster by the Sea is the shell of the building. In Block 1, the structure of the building was not in a safe condition anymore, so it had to be torn down, combining the present and the past. This is the big challenge for the architects in Prora today. Next to the rundown building, the big surprise. Here there are some beautiful, already finished apartment blocks. About 1/3 of the 4.5-kilometer Colossus has already been done up, and, opposed to back in the day, the holidaymakers will be even closer to the Baltic Sea thanks to their own balconies. This view makes you easily forget that you are in the longest building complex in the world. Of the originally 8 blocks, there are only 5 left. These were used by the National People's Army of the GDR when it was still in existence. In 1989, Karl Börsel attended military school in Prora. Today, the 46-year-old is visiting the old detention cells in the former Access Control House. Cells like these used to exist in every block. Without a trial, soldiers were locked up here for up to 10 days. Prora became the biggest military facility in the GDR. Karel would never have dreamed that he would return to Prora 30 years later, and he would have expected even less that he would one day buy 2 apartments here. But that is exactly what he has done. They are located in the same block as the military academy used to be in. Others condemn the decision to turn the historic building into a holiday resort. But what else could be done with this colossus? Refurbish it at cost to the state? Too expensive at this size. This is why the government has sold 4 of the 5 blocks to private investors. Did you know that Prora has another record to show for itself? Yes, it houses the longest youth hostel in the world in Block 5. Dennis Brosseit has been the manager since it opened in 2011. For the start of the season, he has to get 96 rooms ready, which offer accommodation for over 420 guests. What very few of them know, the 840 windows are not all the same size, and therefore needed to be specially made. An incredible structure with an amazing history. Prora, the longest building in the world.